Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Storytelling with Let Love Rise. You have special guest Jasper Mraz here today, who is featured in the story as he is many. My name's Andrea Blythe. I am the creator of Let Love Rise, where I am passionate about storytelling and teaching through the four pillars of the moon, music, mindset, and the magi. And this story was written on April 18th of 2022. So about just over a year after the original creation of Let Love Rise, where I'm starting to flow with it a little bit more and see a little bit more, Jasper, about the evolution, right? Like whenever we have a dream, it's not like, okay, I have arrived and I am done dreaming now. It's like the next thing and the next and the next and the next. And so this story takes place in my backyard on a Friday night, and it is just a part of the journey. So if you're ready to go, I feel like this camera is so close on my face, but such is life. Here we go. The Moon Shell, written on April 18th. Rest in peace, Grandpa Burkheiser. 2022. On Friday night, I was hanging out in my backyard with Jasper, taking in all the overgrowth and weeds that have sprung up over the past few weeks, when I stumbled across a shell. That's odd, I thought as I scooped down to pick up the shell. It was a beautiful white shell with a smooth surface and an inward spiral that I can speak. With an inward spiral, try that 3 times fast, an inward spiral that meets together in one small point similar to that of a snail. Dun, da, da, da. For your viewing pleasure, this is the shell. The nearest ocean is an 8-hour drive from my house, so I knew that I needed to pay attention to this out-of-place former crustacean home. It didn't take me long to figure out that the shell was bringing me a message that was hidden inside the pages of Anne Morrow Lindbergh's timeless classic, Gifts from the Sea. I took the cover off of it, but Gifts from the Sea. I immediately went inside my bookshelf of favorite authors and turned until I found the chapter with the image of the shell. And there on page 31, I saw it. The moon shell. The moon shell. Couple pictures here. So from Gifts from the Sea, page 42 to 44, Lindbergh writes, "Solitude, says the moon shell. Every person, especially every woman, should be alone sometime during the year, some part of each week and each day. Certain springs are tapped only when we are alone. The artist knows he must be alone to create, the writer to work out his thoughts, the musician to compose, the saint to pray. But women need solitude in order to find again the true essence of themselves, that firm strand which will be the indispensable center of a whole web of human relationships." I mean, okay, that's a powerful truth bomb and very timely message from a tiny shell found in my backyard. You see, I've been asking the universe to send me a sign since I created the Sisterhood of the Moon, which, author's note, 2024, has shifted to become the Cosmic Circle of Friends because sisterhood felt a little bit exclusive to the males amongst us, the divine masculine, who are not afraid to show up at a moon circle, by the way. Kudos to you. You know who you are. And I appreciate you. So since I created Sister of the Moon, which is now Cosmic Circle of Friends, I've been jumping into a pool of faith that I will be shown the next step in my creation. Here it was, Friday night, the eve of the full moon and the first live Sisterhood of the Moon celebration. I'd been doing these virtually, these moon circles virtually. And I found a moon shell in my backyard, a moon shell in Boise, Idaho. Now, you can logic away all the myriad of ways that this shell made its way into my backyard, only to be discovered 8 months after living there on the eve of the full moon, while I was actively asking the universe to send me a sign about the next step for the Sisterhood of the Moon. The logical circumstances that lead to the shell being in my hands under the above-mentioned conditions don't matter to me. All that matters is that I asked for a sign and I received one, a really powerful one. Solitude. I used to be afraid of being alone. I would dread the face-to-face encounters with my thoughts, and I would brace myself for the onslaught of tears. I would put on my headphones and take to the hills for long walks where I could be reminded of the beauty that life beholds despite the pain that I was moving through. I would roll out my yoga mat and tune in with my body. What did I need today? How could I show it love, one breath and one namaste at a time? Gradually, I began to crave this time alone. How else could I tune in and process all the emotions that were swirling around inside of me? When else could I read the books and listen to the podcasts that were going to encourage me and cheer me on through my dark night of the soul? Side note, my dark night of the soul did coincide with the pandemic and the quarantine and the shutdown. So there was a lot of solitude, a lot more than we have now. And perhaps that was easier to step into solitude. And now it's even more important that we find time to carve out for ourselves. Okay, so my solitude was at first forced upon me by the decree of the divorce. But now, even when I have my kids at home with me, I seek it out. The solitude is like oxygen to my soul, even if it's just a precious 5 minutes for meditation or 30-minute yoga session without having Jasper climb all over me. Or maybe it's a few hours alone on my weekly artist date, my solo excursions that are intended to inspire the creative being inside this human body. Sometimes I play, I ride a swing, and sometimes I pray. I sit in a beautiful spot by the river. And sometimes I dream. I pursue funky little shops while shopping with my eyes, not my wallet. The solitude is a beautiful gift to myself. And the message from this little lost shell is that this desire, And the message from this little shell is that this desire to get in touch with our inner being is something that we all need. So Anne Morrow Lindbergh writes, she must consciously encourage those pursuits which oppose the centrifugal forces of today. Quiet time alone, contemplations, prayer, music, a centering line of thought or reading of study or work. It can be physical or intellectual or artistic, any creative life proceeding from oneself. It need not be an enormous project of a great work, but it should be something of one's own. That's from page 49, Gifts of the Sea. If you are feeling overwhelmed by the sudden momentum of life as we emerge from the last 2 years of isolation, and I believe we are still in that process 2 years after this was written, I encourage you to intentionally seek out time alone. The difference between isolation and solitude is intention. What is it that you love to do but never seem to have time for? Prioritize it. You matter. The state of your soul matters. When we take care of ourselves, we can better take care of others. So again, I ask you, what would you really love to do, but you never seem to have time for? What small shifts can you do to make it happen? Do you need the support of a partner or a parent or a friend? Do you need someone to watch your kids for a few hours? Do you need to figure out what it is that you truly want in the first place? This may seem selfish, and it is, but you know what? We all need to take care of ourselves, and that's what being selfish really means. Please do not confuse selfish with self-centered. How can you intentionally seek out some solitude this week? Like the moon shell, how can you spiral in to listen to your inner voice? Find the center. I'll leave you now with this beautiful song by Trevor Hall called A Reminder. The lyrics repeat, my love is just a reminder. Find the center. That is my hope and prayer for you, for me, for the sisterhood of the moon, cosmic circle of friends. That we will gaze inward like the swirly eye of the moon shell to find our center. And from that centered place of being, we can tap into all the abundance of the life we are truly called to live and to enjoy. It is with the spirit of joy and after a weekend of full moon reverie in the form of karaoke, drag shows, and dancing that I am dreaming up new creations, new ways to connect with like-minded spiritual seekers, and new offerings to guide women and men into rediscovering their authentic selves and the desire of their soul. Stay tuned. So, beautiful song by Trevor Hall. A reminder, it's on so many of my playlists. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. May you find solitude this week, my friend. Start small. Dream big. Share in the comments below about your solo excursions. Let us inspire and uplift one another on our journey home to our center. Namaste. That is my reading called The Moon Shell, written and published April 18th of 2022. So here we are, just about ready for the 3rd year anniversary of Let Love Rise. That is happening this Friday, April 12th, is when I published my very first story called Looking for Space. So in celebration of the 3rd anniversary, I am thrilled to announce the newest idea that serendipitously has fallen into place, as all things do when we take the time that this post is talking about to quiet the noise and to go within. It is from that stillness where just ideas flow and, ego falls away. And when I say ego, it's just like the thoughts of all the world and the voices all around us. And we listen, we tap into our inner voice that leads us to the next thing, to the next thing. Sometimes they're detours and sometimes they're stepping stones. And the bottom line is, if we're having fun in the journey of our creation, we are winning. No matter where we are on our journeys are ever evolving and always continuing. It's like I have this vision. That's what was pausing me there for a second. The first time I got to ski at Vail, Colorado, I love to ski, and going up to this mountain where you went up on the lift and you look like you're at the top of the mountain. And once you're there, you see a valley and more, and then another lift going up, and then again and again and again. It was just like the vastness of, I had like this tiny little ski hill that I grew up skiing and then to go to Vail, Colorado, and just the endless possibilities is what it felt like. And that's kind of like what it is. Like, we have a dream, and perhaps before even that dream is achieved, another dream is coming behind it. And it's all about just leaning into the joy and watching the people that come into our life and the opportunities that pass through us, because that's how it works when we are with the flow, when we are powerfully co-creating our life with the universe, which is what I am so excited to share with you. So if you are not yet on my email list, there's a couple ways you could do that. And you want to be on my email list specifically for this announcement. It is only going to my Let Love Rise group. And just before you maybe freak out about, an email list, I hate email. Trust me, if you were somebody who worked with me when I was a public education teacher, that I told people, I was like, I'm on email strike. I hate email. I do not like email, but I try to put out content to you through the email list that is entertaining, uplifting, and encouraging. So every week I write a letter to Luna that has been, I write it in the stillness often of the night. If I am not sleeping, I ask for a letter to come through, and I write it and I share it. So every Wednesday I share a letter from Luna, a little letter of hope and encouragement. On Fridays, I like to do a little storytelling and share some cosmic community connections. There are so many awesome events happening locally here in Boise, Idaho, but beyond, a lot of events are still virtual. And let's give a shout out to the pandemic for showing us another way that we can connect with people virtually, the way we are right now. So there's those two. And then every now and again, if something really cool comes my way, I'll share it with you. If I have upcoming events that I'm excited about and think that you might want to know about, I'll share that. But don't be afraid of joining a newsletter or an email list is what I'm saying, because you will want to be a part of this very exciting third anniversary announcement and offer. And again, that is coming this Friday, April 12th. So you can get on the newsletter by visiting letloverise.com, and there will be a pop-up for Letters for Luna. You can subscribe that way, or in the description below, I will put two offers that I have for you. One is my Chiron healing playlist. It is when I refer to taking walks in the hills here in this, I would pop in the music. I can't find exactly where it was, but just going for walks and listening to music, the music that helped me heal and helped me recognize where I was in my grief journey. I've picked my favorite 35 that were just really instrumental in this, and that kind of showed me where I was in my grief journey. And grief is not linear. I wish it was. I wish it was a checklist. It's like, okay, done denial, I've done bargaining, I'm working through sadness, whatever, but it's not. It's cyclical. It's spiral. It's like the dance, one step forward, two steps back. Anyhow, Chiron healing is an offering for you. The other offering is called Cosmic Calendar Control, and that has to do with the Order of the Magi, which I just got officially certified in. There's going to be so much more about the Magi to come. But knowing your planetary energy on a daily basis is something that can help guide you into how to best manage your time in accordance with your personal soul's rhythm. For example, today is Wednesday. I was born on a Wednesday, so Wednesday is my communication day. That's why I storytell on Wednesday. That's why I have a lot of events happening on Wednesdays, like tonight's Spirit of the Phoenix group, Mindset Circle, because it just feels natural for me to do that on Wednesdays. For you, your Mercury day might be a Saturday. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about your planetary energies, you can grab that. Both of those are free offers. And when you ask for the guide, it'll automatically bring you to my email list, and then you'll get the super special anniversary announcement for this Friday. So as always, thank you for listening to Storytelling with Let Love Rise. It really is a passion of mine to be able to share my stories in hopes that they can help you see glimpses of yourself in the stories reflected in it, or maybe think of somebody that you want to share it with. I would be ever so grateful if you do share it out. And if you enjoy the stories and you want to make sure you know about them on a weekly basis, go ahead and hit subscribe. Of course, I would love a like. I would love a like. And then in the comments, is there something that you are going to do for yourself to on a solo excursion, just something completely and authentically for you? If you share it in the comments, it'll be like a ripple going out and inspiring others how they too can enjoy their journey, because at the end of the day, there's only one person that we are traveling through this lifetime with, and that is the human body that is enwrapping us and our soul as we move through all of life's experiences. So, let's get to know ourselves and enjoy being alone. Thank you for listening. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.